Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you for your cooperation. This is Saiden. I'm a student of in marketing, and this is my individual assignment. Let me do the short interview. So I will ask you several questions. Number one is during your growth of during the process of the growth, is there any changes in your country, and does it experience any politic revolutions or constitutional revolutions? So what is thought about that?
During my growth, in the early stages of my growth, I had a leader who has been in power for 30 years, Muhammad Abdul Gayoom. In Maldives, he was the longest serving president. And there was a constitutional revolution brought by the Democratic Party of Maldives with the help of other minor parties that helped us to gain democracy. We previously had an autocratic leadership. We had three powers mixed in one, but now we have three powers, separate three powers, which is more justice, more fairness.
Oh, so I forgot to ask you. So, which country you come from?
Maldives.
Maldives.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is question one, and question two is compared to this government and the former government of your country, is your life affected by these changes? Is there any changes? Is there any improvement in your surroundings?
There is improvement in my surroundings because we are getting new infrastructure. We are getting hospitals, bridges. Our islands are getting more developed. We are getting more cities in our country. So after the democratic revolution, we have been growing a little bit, but now the government is again starting to go to the autocratic ways. They are stopping us from talking. There's stupid the laws which don't make sense, right? There are laws that doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yes, like in the Defamation Act, there's an act where you can't even say out loud what you think of the government, which would result in a fine of 1 million or 2 million rupiah. That is a lot. So it's a very different scenario now.
So there is some difference, changes during your growth.
Like we were autocratic for 30 years, then we turned to democracy, and we survived for 2.5 years. We are still in democracy, but now the leadership is a little more greedy with the power.
So your government now is generated by the vote?
Yes, still generated by the votes, but the parliament is at the stop. We don't know what's happening. So in 2018 there should be an election, a presidential election. If there is an election, then yes, our democracy is still there. If there isn't an election, then...
So you're from your capital city, right?
Yes.
Okay. So question 3 is, as a Muslim, what is the thought toward your future policy of your country?
As a Muslim, I think
No,
our country, as you know, our country is a 100% Muslim country, right?
Yeah.
We don't have any other religion. So as per the future of our country, I would say that our countries wouldn't enforce Sharia, but still they believe in Islam.
Yeah.
I don't think they can enforce Sharia because there's much to change in the country too. Like the government is not fair. There isn't a fair judgment in the country. We cannot trust the courts, and the system, the whole system is too corrupted for Sharia to be implemented right now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
As there was no Sharia implemented for the past 40 years. So, but the government is trying to implement Sharia now.
Yes.
But I don't think it's possible.
Maybe inshallah in the near future it
Maybe.
will happen. And question 4 is, as a student of UIA, here we don't speak your mother tongue, no mother tongue, even know the native language, but we speak a third or the fourth party language, English. So what do you think of this?
I think it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Yes, I can communicate with all the students and staff in this university.
Do you like English?
Yeah, I am, because I studied English in my country. English
Oh.
is the second language in my country.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So we study it, so it's very easy for us.
But among the Muslims, among so many countries, do you think why it would be the English we are speaking here?
Because it's the universal language, right? Every country now knows English. Every test is in English because English colonized a lot of parts in the world. So English is very familiar.
So do you prefer to speak British English or American English?
A mix.
A mix.
More for my style, right?
Okay, that's still. So number 6 is, if one day your country declares that its official language will be English, so do you think it will be any effect?
I wouldn't support it.
Hmm?
I wouldn't support my native tongue to be English because I love my language too.
Yeah.
I love learning more languages, but my native tongue should be my native tongue. That is Tibet.
Yeah, the English become more and more popular around the world, and one day if your country wants to get into the globalization quickly, and they change the language into English as their official
Almost everybody in our country knows how to speak in English,
language.
how to write in English, how to read in English. 97% of the people would.
90%. So.
Yes, so we don't need to change it to our first language because it is taught to us from nursery, from preschool to high school, and in the university too. So
so you think there's no need to change?
no need to change.
Oh, okay. And number 7 is, do you think is there any relationship between politics and economy? So what kind of that relationship it should be?
You mean?
The relationship between politics and economy. Do you think is there any relationship between politics and economy?
Yes, I think that it's interchangeable. It's joint, right?
Yeah.
Because the economy of the country is a very important thing for the leader of the country who would be in politics.
Yeah.
Right? If the leader cannot control the economy of the country, he wouldn't be able to survive in power. So I think a country's economy is joined with the politics of the country. When the country really wants to be united and really wants to strive for a better future, then they can, but they don't because they are all power hungry because of the politics.
Yeah. So do you think will the politics affect the economy more, or the economics will take the influence on the politics more?
I think politics will take more influence on economy
Yeah.
because the people would, the ruling power would, as I said before, the ruling power would be controlling the economics. So whatever they want, whenever they want, they'll get it.
Okay, I get your answer. So, okay, that's all. This is my individual assignment in e-marketing. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Assalamu alaikum.